Transatlantic talks focusing on trade and technology are set to begin in the United States. The US and EU are hoping to shore up defenses against a rising China at the first Trade and Technology Council meeting. A major issue will be the semiconductor chip shortage. Now, it's caused manufacturing snags impacting the US economy. Lucy Hough joins us live now from Brussels for more on this. Lucy, the global chip shortage, it's looming large for many countries. How are both sides looking to address this issue?
Well, Dawn, we know that Washington intended to go into these talks to secure a deal with the European Union to mitigate the impacts of the global chip shortages, which is having a huge impact on almost all areas of the US economy. So the two sides had drafted a statement for greater cooperation on the production and manufacturing of microchips and to introduce sweeping changes to the regulation of that industry. So we know that this is a huge priority for both Washington and Brussels. During Ursula von der Leyen, the EU Commission President's State of the Union address last week, she said that reducing dependency from Europe to Asia on the production and import of microchips was needed and that it would be a big priority for Brussels moving forward. So what we understand, however, is that whilst the matter will be discussed in detail later on during these talks, France is causing some issues when it comes to that draft statement, and that Paris is effectively looking to kick the can down the road and to postpone any major deal on microchips amid the continued fallout from the AUKUS alliance. There was due to be another second Trade and Technology Council in the spring of next year that France is hoping to postpone to allow Europe more time to boost its own manufacturing capacity here of microchips, essentially so as not to be seen to be playing into Washington's hands during an election period in France.
And Lucy, it can't be avoided. China's also going to be in the background of these talks.
That's right. I mean, both sides, EU and US officials saying that China is not the focus of these talks, that the purpose of the discussions is not to counter China. However, China's dominance is underpinning a number of the issues that are likely to be discussed today: artificial intelligence, export controls, as well as the semiconductor deal that we were just talking about. So we know that this is also an opportunity to discuss some of the unfair trade practices that both Washington and Brussels are concerned about from Beijing, whether it's dumping by Beijing onto EU and US markets or investment screening to prevent takeovers of the most innovative firms, both in the United States and here in Europe, by Chinese subsidized companies. So we are expecting some of those issues to be addressed. And we know that Washington is looking for some direct cooperation when it comes to trade and technology in order to counter China. However, the message from EU officials has been more about working to reform existing organizations like the WTO, so working with existing multilateral frameworks, in addition to this greater cooperation with the United States.
Lucy, thank you. Lucy Hough there in Brussels.